What's up, guys? We're at Stevenson Cancer Center of Oklahoma, and we're about to take in our 3D dose detector, get it all set up, and show you around and show you how it works. Let's go. This is the TrueBeam STX. I'm going to take our box and put it on the infinitely adjustable table, and we're going to get it perfectly aligned and all set up for the TrueBeam STX. And let me take you into how all the wiring and plugins work. So connected to power, we have this cable, and then here we have power going to the cameras and to the switch. This is a 16-port managed switch, in which all of the cameras will connect to. And going from the switch to the outside of the room, follow me. Let me show you the room. So it's in this maze shape. It like snakes around. And these are super thick concrete walls, so no radiation gets out. And look at the size of this door. That's huge. It's out here. And here is our 100-foot cable. Chidera is getting it ready right now. It's gonna run from the inside of the room to out here. It's gonna run all the way to our NVR system right here. NVR is connected to the monitor, and I'm going to connect the NVR to power, and that's how it works. From out here, this is the command center. We can communicate with the inside of the room through microphones and speakers, and we also have cameras out here so we can see everything that's going on. And I can even push here to talk to them on the inside. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
So here we have the box on the table, and let me show you these cameras real quick. So these cameras, they are in a single plane alignment, all flat. Last time we were here, we had it in a more stacked arrangement, meaning this camera was up on here and this camera was down below. And so we have these cameras in a different arrangement, and we're gonna see if that gets us a different result. So to get the cameras set up and going, what I've done is I've unplugged the first camera, I've unplugged it from its cable out here. And I'm gonna use this 100-foot cable. This is the one that goes directly to the NVR. And I'm gonna plug it into camera 1. And then camera 1, it's going to get assigned an IP address from the NVR out there.
Okay, so the camera turned on, and then I'll just send confirmation to Joshua inside the room that the camera's on, so he can go ahead and move on to camera 2. The camera's on, Josh.
And then once it directly assigns the IP address, I can unplug this, plug camera 1 back into its cable here, and then take its cable here and plug it into the 16-channel managed switch, and do the same thing with all of the cables, and that is how we have all 9 channels running at the same time. So if you look close, it's all numbered. The odd numbers are pink and the even numbers are gray.
I am just wiping off the scintillators to make sure they're clear of any spots or anything, so it doesn't disrupt any of the videos that we're getting from the monitor. So now we're going to put the scintillator on top of the 4 pillars inside the box. So we have 2 more 2-centimeter scintillators. In total, we're going to have 9 centimeters of scintillators to mimic the human body.
Now that we have these 3 scintillators in the box, we're going to take the lid and put it on, close the latches, lock it up tight. Now this is a light, tight atmosphere. If you look at the cameras on the screen, it's going to be all black because there is no light entering in the box right now. Are at the command station, and Dr. Ollie, what kind of beam are we about to turn on right now?
So we are trying now 6 megavoltage photon energy, and we are trying to detect the scintillation light with the detector.
Okay, so Alyssa is going to write that down on her paper, and I'm going to come to the system over here go to manual control on for all cameras, and apply. And so now the recording is on, and now we can turn on our beam.
Right. So we are turning the beam on.
And here we have it. This is the beam, and you can see it's very, very clear. It looks very nice.
Yeah, so this is actually an artifact of the scintillation light. We see it 9 cameras looking at the plastic scintillation detector from different views. So this is one of the views, which actually side view. If you bring the big screen, and so this one is a top view or bottom view in this case from one of the angles, and that is kind of middle view, and that's one side view, but the others are seen by other cameras from side views. So the beam goes through the phantom and it interacts with the atoms, and they are excited or electrons are ionized, and the by process is the emission of scintillation light. The goal of this is to create a 3D detector for radiation therapy.
After we've collected all of our data, run all of our trials, we can start to take it all apart. So I'm going to take out the scintillator very carefully with my gloves on. We can unplug all of our cords and get everything rolled up. Now we've finished everything, run all the trials. Now we're going to take this back, upload the data from the NVR to our computers, and then we'll be able to do the 3D filter back reconstruction and get all that data organized.